We're just gonna start this shit live. We're just gonna start it live.
But do it live.
Well, I mean, I'm excited.
Oh yeah, definitely. So am I.
I'm very excited. Yeah.
I actually wish I got to see it again, so I know I could be more up to speed on it. But I'm not mad about it.
Well, for those who don't know, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red 4 Delta. How's everybody doing out there?
Well, I'm doing great. I don't know about everyone else out there, but I'm doing great. Why? Because we got to witness well, first of all, before I even go into what movie we're talking about today, what you drinking? And this better be a drink worthy of the movie.
The drink is worthy for all occasions, but today I'm gonna take it slow. So I'm doing one shot of Jack Daniel, but I also have a full bottle of wine, some Cabernet. So you know.
Oh, but okay. So you got one little shot of Jack. Mm-hmm. What happened to that full bottle that you were supposed to make it last a month?
That's in there. Nah, I killed that shit on the weekend. I
fucking knew it.
But I had company too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, there's only one way you can make it up. Did you build your bar?
No, I didn't finish it.
You spent less time drinking, more time building. You'd have had
that was the whole fucking plan, and I actually had extra help to get it done, and it just didn't happen.
You know, I'm not mad at you because you, as I, got to take some time this weekend to go witness what I feel might be the best Batman movie I've ever seen.
It's a very close number one. I'm still debating on my number one, but it's definitely number two if it's not number one.
All right, we'll let's have that conversation. But you know, in honor of this movie, because everybody knows I am a comic book freak. In honor of this movie, Batman, you get yourself an old fashioned. I don't have any. I wish I had some orange slices. Like I put it in here, but
look at that, people. He got himself a real drink this time.
Oh, I always have real drinks. It's just you gotta get the movie that's worth it.
And, you always got some hard cider or something.
Oh no, well, so once this runs out, I got me my Flying Embers hard kombucha.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you know.
You've had that one before.
Yeah. These are the ones. So the other day I had one on the golf course. And you know, it was a little warm because it was in my golf bag, whatever. But this motherfucker, when it's warm, bro, it tastes like the water from a can of tuna.
Oh, it's not really?
Which I like the water from a can of tuna, but I didn't expect it from my drink.
I thought you was gonna say that alcohol hit you a little harder. I was like,
on the golf course, that actually helps because that way it keeps me loose.
Okay.
If you're holding the club too tight, it shanks it and shit like that. So having a drink or two on the golf course. I was talking to my boy Gary, and he was saying that, like, you know, for him playing golf is like tailgating.
Yeah.
That's all you do. You spend 4 or 5 hours out there just having drinks,
walking around drinking.
Yeah. But man, bruh.
Nice glass of wine.
Yeah.
Shot of Jack.
Right.
Hey, I'm ready, man. I'm ready because this, man, there's so much about the movie.
All right. Okay. Let's kick it off. Cheers.
Yes, indeed.
Cheers. This is my Boston glass. See, Cambridge, Harvard Square.
Nice. You got the cool ice cube in there too. I'll give you that.
Oh, yeah, the little globe ice cubes. You got $10 on Amazon. You get 4 of them.
No, I ain't mad at you.
So before we even kick off, you had a couple questions about my background.
I did.
So down here, this is actually a statue from the game Cyberpunk 2000 something. I forget what it's called.
Okay.
It's the Cyberpunk game with Keanu Reeves, but that's the statue from the game where the dude's got the 2 guns. He's got his motorcycle diving into the dude.
Okay.
This up here.
Yeah, that's new.
That's a limited edition. Hold on, let me show you.
Is it Wolverine?
No.
Okay.
See, I think it's even better. Well, I mean, I love me some Wolverine, but this is.
I can't tell. Black Panther?
Yep. But he got sneakers on.
I'm looking like the ones with the shoes though. That's what threw me off. The shoes threw me off. I'm like, okay, something's wrong with the shoes.
Yeah. It's Black Panther. We got some sneakers on.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's from it's from Hot Toys, but Unruly Industries, which is a subsidiary of Hot Toys. They had a collection of like comic book guys with sneakers, and me, I'm a comic book dude who loves sneakers. So
yeah, let's see. They should have given some Jordans, for the urban community.
I want to say, I think the Spider-Man one has the Jordans.
Really?
Yeah, because like in Into the Spider-Verse, he had the Jordans.
Yeah.
All right. So let's spend at least a few minutes of doing non-spoiler stuff, because this is a brand new movie. It was opening weekend.
Yeah.
And good golly, gee, I am so glad I went opening weekend. Let me get this movie a round of applause.
Oh yeah, I definitely will. Look, before even besides the movie, I got to give it up for Robert Pattinson. My man's done grew up,
bro.
I had to give it to him.
Yeah, everybody called him the Twilight Kid.
Yeah,
but man, like he played Batman like a motherfucker.
Yes, and he played it so cool. He didn't do much talking. His eyes did a lot of talking for him, which I thought was dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He had that straight look up, like that's the Batman I remember. You know what I'm saying?
That Batman was at times like legitimately like scared. Like the way he's walking out the shadows, the way he stares you down, you're like, he's a Batman that you don't want to fuck with.
Yeah.
And it's almost not like, it's almost like he's not trying to be scary. He just that's who he is at that point in his life. That's who he is, because he's all consumed by like vengeance.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So was he your favorite character in the movie?
My favorite character overall, man, that's a hard one, because it was good to see. I always call him the Transformer dude. I'm talking about Sector 7.
Oh yeah, John Turturro.
It was good. I liked the role he played. Penguin was Colin Farrell, I believe.
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
Yeah, and his role was good.
Right, you couldn't tell that dude at all. Like if no one told you that was Colin Farrell, you'd never know.
I agree.
And that's the same thing with like, and that's how I feel about Joker in The Dark Knight. If no one told you that was Heath Ledger, you wouldn't know. Except for that one scene where he didn't have the makeup on, you wouldn't know that was Heath Ledger, because like these dudes disappeared into the fucking role.
Yeah. There was a lot of good roles. Even Zoe did her thing. I'll give her that.
She might be my favorite Catwoman.
Oh man. Look, man, they even Riddler, to be as goofy as he was when he was unmasked.
Yeah.
Still, if that was him acting under the mask, he did a good ass job too. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, with him, it's like he looks like a Ted Bundy kind of serial killer type. Like when you picture nutty serial killer, like that's the big glasses, the little bowl cut, like but at the same time, like in Batman Forever, like you had Jim Carrey play Riddler, and it was more goofy, more like a court jester.
Yeah,
this dude was
this movie was dark, it was gritty, it was grimy, it was dirty. I loved it from front to back.
That's how I prefer my superhero movies, when they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
I like it with that sense of like dread and that sense of like, oh, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Not every comic movie can get away with it, but Batman, that motherfucker built for that shit.
Yeah, that and one more good character, Commissioner Gordon.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, I call him Peoples Hernandez from Shaft. Everybody has a role that sticks out to me, and he's always gonna be Peoples Hernandez. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like even he played his role good. Like
because I was talking to a lot of people at work about this movie, because I've been waxing poetics about it all fucking weekend. And my favorite part about this movie is the fact that it's 80% Batman, 20% Bruce. Like you got to see how Batman works, how he interacts with people, all this different shit. It's not just like, Bruce Wayne does everything and then Batman comes in to clean up the job. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I liked. I liked it because it didn't tell any backstory of Batman. We all know Batman. We know where it comes from. We know his lifestyle. Yeah. This was like watching a series, a 3-hour long series. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it jumped right into it. It wasn't let me give you a backstory and educate you before you watch the movie. It was this is Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of themes did you get? Like, what do you think to you? What was the overall theme of the movie? Like the emotional theme of the movie?
Oh man. Overall, for me, probably just because maybe I'm not gonna say I identify with it. Maybe I do, but just the whole thing of being alone, just like it's just so consumed off of what life has, done or given to you. It makes you a certain way, and it's just like you trust nobody but yourself.
Yeah,
and it can make you a dark, gritty person, even though you're not a dark, gritty person. Yeah. It's like this is just who I've come to be because of these cards life dealt me. That's why I know we're gonna jump around, but that's why the ending was so cold to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just his eyes said it all. With that straight face.
Give me a sec. Ryu's needs water. God damn it.
I threw my dog outside. Like, yeah, fuck with me.
Oh, you don't want to be interrupted?
No. Oh man. So yes, we are talking about Batman here. I'm waiting for my partner to come back so we can actually get into the movie. I hope you guys are just as excited as we are. You can tell by our faces and the hand claps and the toasting of the drinks. And if you've seen it, then you should feel the same way we do. If it's not your number one Batman, it's probably a close second to The Dark Knight. So
oh no, we're gonna have a discussion about that, and hopefully by the end of that discussion, we'll get a better picture of where one lands. Because for me, yeah, it's fighting Dark Knight, but I actually think it edges out Dark Knight. I think to me, the overall theme I got from the movie, it's gonna sound fucking weird.
Okay.
Hope. I actually got the theme of hope because of Batman's story arc, from where he is at the beginning of the movie to where he ends up at the end of the movie. I didn't expect that character growth. We'll get into it when we go into the details, but I didn't expect that kind of character growth throughout the movie. I thought it was just going to be like solve a detective story, solve like this murder, you know. But oh man, yeah, it's goddamn the fucking look of the movie. That's how a Batman movie is supposed to look.
Yes, yes. That's what I'm telling you. It was look. The sun doesn't exist in Gotham City in this movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's again, that's one of the reasons why I have it a little over The Dark Knight, because the one thing I love about The Dark Knight is it looks like a mobster movie that just happens to have, Batman and the Joker living within that world and that craziness. This one was like Gotham was an actual like its own personality, and it was its own like bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was good. I mean, I'm ready to jump right into it.
All right, so big thumbs up for me.
2 thumbs way up.
All right, so let's fuck it. Spoilers over. Let's go.
All right.
Bruh. When the movie first opened up, right? Did you think it was Batman like checking out the scene?
No, I didn't.
You immediately knew it was Riddler? You know how it's from the binoculars looking into the house? I thought it was just gonna be well, no, I didn't think it was Batman. I thought it was gonna be, they're gonna retell like fucking Batman's origin story. I thought they were like, okay, this is, boom, this is Bruce playing with his dad and stuff like that.
That's actually what I was waiting on. But when it opened up with the binoculars and everything, I didn't know who it was. I didn't think it was Batman, but I didn't think it was the Riddler either. This is how the movie started, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seriously thought they were like, okay, they're gonna do a quick thing showing how like his parents died or whatever. And then when the mayor moved to the side and the motherfucker was standing behind him, just at the house.
Man,
what was your immediate thought the first time you saw the Riddler in the movie?
Definitely psychotic, because and like I said, he had a gas mask on at first in the the shades or whatever.
Yeah.
But then when you realize it was like a black mask and he had the glasses on over, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a gimp mask almost.
Yeah, so it's like he looked like he was, how can I put it, like a psychotic nerd.
Yeah.
Just because of the glasses, like I like the fact that the glasses weren't made into his mask.
Yeah.
They were his actual glasses that he would just put on after covering his face up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then
I thought like that opening scene, I was like, okay, to me, it was like, okay, we're dealing with a different kind of villain.
Yeah.
In the back. Because like, okay, so the opening of The Dark Knight, you saw how like clever and how much of a mastermind the Joker was.
Yeah.
You know, and then in The Dark Knight Rises, you saw how like brutal Bane is, to the fact that like he wasn't just planning a heist and sending his goons to go do it. He's like, nah, I'm in the middle of this shit. Like, right here. Like, I mean, they did it with the Joker, but the Joker like hid himself. He didn't want nobody to know he was there until like the end. Where Bane was like, I don't care if you know I'm here. Like, we're taking this guy.
They hijacked the whole plane. No opening scene.
Yeah. Where this one, it was like, oh, this guy's like, he's like just a psychopath. Like, he snuck into this dude's house and then he just watched him for a few minutes. Just like,
and they wrapped him up in duct tape. Like I thought it was gonna be like a simple wrap his face. He covered his whole face up in duct tape. I was like, ooh, this is ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I liked how they had Batman like walking amongst the people. Like he wasn't just someone who sees the bat signal and comes in from wherever. He's like he's out in the city. He's got his bat suit in his backpack. Yeah. And whenever he sees that signal, he just puts on his makeup, puts on his mask, and heads out.
It kind of reminded me, which I know is probably gonna sound cheesy, but one of my favorite Batman series is I want to say the mid '90s, the Batman animated series. Used to come on Cartoon Network, because that one for a cartoon had that dark feeling to it. Yeah, and Batman didn't do much talking. Like he could walk in places as Batman, and like when he walked into the club as Batman, what I'm saying?
That's my favorite thing about this movie is like it's not Bruce Wayne interacting with people and then Batman doing the hero shit. It's Batman walking in, interacting with people, and then like to these people, Batman's a person. He's not some myth. He's a person who's out here doing his shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I said I love the fact that he was like, he went to the crime scene. Well, I mean, before we even get to that, like how he was just stalking the Joker crew.
Yeah.
Just follow them along. Like, and he said, he goes, I can't be everywhere. But they, these people are scared. They think I'm in all the shadows. Yeah. And that's what helps him. Like some people aren't gonna, do a crime because they think he's there. Like, do you think something like that, like a vigilante like that, could work in today's society?
Hell no.
Why not? Elaborate.
Okay, if it was, he has to be like superhuman. You know what I'm saying? Extremely smart, extremely strong, have all the gadgets in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, pick a city: L.A., New York, Chicago.
Yeah, I think New York or Chicago. LA, I don't know. I don't know if I could see a superhero in LA or a vigilante in LA.
I'm just saying it just well, you can't be everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Gotham, just has the most trouble all the time.
Okay, so where do you think in the DC world, where do you think not Chicago, where do you think Gotham is? What city does that represent?
That represents the most? I might sound biased when I say this, but I've lived in Chicago, I've lived in Atlanta, I've been to New York, lived in, well, not in DC, but close to it and everything. Yeah. Gotham is like a congested small city. Yeah. And I feel like downtown Chicago favors that. You know what I'm saying? New York's too big, Atlanta's just doesn't look like Batman will want to be there. You know what I'm saying? And
I feel like, because like in the comic books, Gotham was always like a stand-in for like New York. But I feel like Metropolis is more like New York. Okay. So if Metropolis is New York, then Gotham is more like Chicago.
Yeah, because New York is more business, even though they both got business. But Chicago, maybe a little darker.
Yeah, exactly. And then like, because like in Batman v Superman and like all the Zack Snyder stuff, they treated it like if because to them in those ones, Gotham and Metropolis were right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So in that movie, it was more like Metropolis was San Francisco, and Gotham was Oakland, and they're right across the bay from each other.
Gotcha.
But I think I remember in the Batman vs Superman cartoon, it was like that too. They're like right across the bay. But dog, yeah. So that what about that opening fight? How the action in this movie? What you think?
The action was cool because it wasn't a lot of action.
Yeah.
But I was so in tune because of the story.
Yeah.
Like to be sitting for 3 hours long and I'm drinking.
Yeah.
And didn't have to use the bathroom. Like I was sitting there so in tune.
Yeah.
Like it never was a dry moment. You know what I'm saying? Like if you fall asleep in this movie or you get bored or you get distracted, then either you just don't appreciate movies or you didn't want to see it in the first place.
Yeah, you have short attention span.
Yeah.
You need instant gratification on shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because this, hold on. So wait, what was the opening fight scene?
The opening fight scene was there with the Joker crew, where a dude comes in, he goes, who are you supposed to be? And then he goes to run at him.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
He starts pounding him on the ground.
He beat the shit out. That's why I said Robert Pattinson grew up because I'm so used to the little Twilight shit and flying through the air and diamond colored skin because he's a vampire. So I didn't expect him, which I know is probably like fucking petty as hell.
Yeah.
But to be brutal, even though it's Batman, he has to be brutal. Like every hit has to deliver a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I liked how raw the action felt.
Mm-hmm.
And like I like that he got hit. I like that he got shot and shit like that. Like because he's not a martial arts master, even though he was, in the comics he was trained by the League of Shadows. But they treated him more like he's a guy who's really good at what he does, but he's not like, the best martial artist in the world or shit like that. So it was like a realistic take on like, okay, how do I fight 6 or 7 people at once?
Yeah. That my favorite, I guess, action scene throughout the movie was the car chase. That was my favorite action scene.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, after that, so now he hits to they get to the murder scene, and like with Batman walking in with Detective Gordon. I've never seen that in another Batman movie. Like you saw it in Dark Knight when he showed up at the bank. It didn't hit the same.
Nah. Because Batman has that whole thing about being 1 minute and being gone the next.
Yeah.
But in this one, because everybody knows Batman's right-hand man, besides Alfred, is Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in the movie, they show nobody likes Batman, but the commissioner is just like, he's with me. You know what I'm saying? So they don't feel good about it, but they can't say shit about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And he showed like, when he walked into the crime scene, everybody's like, when the other detective like was trying to talk, he looks up and just sees him. He's like it's shocking to see this dude in front of you because he's like a myth. But then, they start tossing out all the scenarios going on with the crime, and he's answering them. Like he's showing off his detective skills.
Yeah, off the back, like every riddle and everything, he knew it off the bat. Like I like that. Like it wasn't like let me go and figure this out real quick. It was just like he was smart, you know what I'm saying? He's Batman for a reason, you know what I mean? So
and then he was like picking up on all these different pieces of evidence that like no one else was picking up. Like when he looked down at the ground and saw the little streak of blood, and then he looks down at it, and all of a sudden the crime scene girl comes over and looks, and she takes the picture. It shows that like, he's picking up on things that they're not even picking up on.
And that's why I liked it, because like I've always said this, my favorite Batman was Michael Keaton, even though like those movies were definitely nowhere compared to the ones of today.
Yeah.
But him playing that role was like that quiet, you do your job, beat some ass, and that was it. So Robert Pattinson playing this character, he didn't say much, only when he had to. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have the stupid voice change either. No, this is with the Christian Bale, but
well, he did, but it wasn't over the top dark, like deep. He just made it a little slightly deeper, but like,
But I feel like that's the way Batman should be. Like it's him. So instead of him talking normally, it's like you speak slow, speak calm, and just say what you got to say. Like if somebody says you want some tea, they'll be saying the yes with sugar and honey. Just yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's all you gotta say. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, or they would say something to him, he would just look at him.
Mm-hmm. Like that's why I said his eyes said the answer. Like he played that role. I love the fact that his eyes did a whole lot of talking for him. You know what I'm saying?
All right, what'd you think of the bat suit when you first saw it?
It looked more like less tactical, maybe. Like I feel like the bat suit in Christian Bale's movies was a lot better.
You think so?
But it looked more bulky.
Yeah.
This would look like it was more like patent leather.
No, I thought this one looked more like it looked more tactical. Like the Christian Bale one was tactical if you had millions of dollars to create your own tactical suit.
Okay.
But this one looked like he had his armor and stuff like that, but it wasn't out of the realm of if I had a good amount of money, I could build that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because he wasn't wearing tight pants. He was wearing like combat
kind of loose.
Pants and shit.
Combat pants and his boots were, if I remember correctly, I don't know, maybe just because the movie was so dark. Yeah. They didn't look like they were laced on the top of them.
No, it looked like they were like combat boots, but he had like some kind of like armor on the front of it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
bro, man, it's so hard. Like, I want to talk about everything. It's just like it was so good.
There's so much in the movie. It's like it's hard to talk about everything because there's so much in the movie.
Yeah,
but it's not so much that it'll break your brain. Like you got to try to figure what's going on. It's just so much of you have to keep watching because I was just as interested in trying to figure out the riddles and shit like everybody else was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the Riddler was almost like Saw.
Yeah.
It was, oh my god. Mm. And like, okay, so what'd you think of like the way they did the Batcave in this one?
Okay, I got to remember.
So like he's riding on his motorcycle and he goes into like downtown Gotham and you see like you see like Wayne Tower and like the Batcave for him was like it was like an old rundown like abandoned like train station.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Knowing the history of Batman, he probably owned it so he could use it as a Batcave.
Well, I essentially what I got from it was part of like Wayne Tower. Like it was probably like a train station underneath Wayne Tower that's like closed down now.
Gotcha.
But like from what I read when the director was talking about like how they set it up, like he said he wanted Batman to be of the city. He didn't want like Batman to live in the suburbs and then come into the city to fight crime. Like no, he's in around the people. So like Wayne Tower or Wayne Manor is at the top of Wayne Tower. Like he lives in fucking shit like that.
Okay. So I forgot about that, but I remember now that his cave was actually like in the city, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, I see. And then like so when I was watching it initially, I was like, okay, they're going for more of a realistic Batman, little shit like that. Like it's more of a based on real life. Then he took off them contacts and put it on the machine.
Oh yeah,
he was recording everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, oh shit. Like, okay, so he's got his gadgets. They're just a little more, they're more subtle. They're not like, crazy looking new gadgets and shit.
Yeah, all the extra belts and everything. Just he
had like the taser on his glove or some shit like that.
Okay.
Because remember when he was fighting the Joker guys, he fucking tased them in the neck.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Man.
All right. So the story of this Batman movie was like, okay, so the Riddler is basically he's going out there and he's like aiming at all these corrupt, people
that are in political places.
Yeah. Mobsters, all in politics and stuff like that. And no, again, they don't know the people in the population doesn't know that these people are corrupt. So they just looks like he's out here killing, just high profile people.
Yeah.
And so like now they're trying to he's letting out all these different clues, but he's always talking to Batman at the same time.
which I thought was interesting because in other movies, Batman has to figure out who the villain is.
Yeah.
The villain already knows who Batman is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not doing crimes to get at anybody. I mean, he's getting at specific people, but he wants Batman's attention specifically.
Yeah.
Which, of course, it comes together in the end. And I was like, oh shit.
All right. So fuck chronological order. We're just gonna talk. Chronological order. I was trying to keep this chronological, but fuck this.
That's what we always do. We just look. This is therapy. Just talk about the shit.
All right.
If you pause and then go watch the shit and come back to us, you know.
Yeah. If you're listening this far, you are probably already seen the movie. So if you're not, what are you doing? Go watch the movie.
Yeah.
And come back and see whatever. All right. But okay, so did you think? Okay, so what did you think of the Riddler character in this movie? Like, yeah. Just what are your overall thoughts of the Riddler character?
Well, before I say my overall thoughts, I want to go over what I think they said. Like, basically, him and Batman were a part of the two biggest families in Gotham, Arkham and Wayne's. Am I right? That's where they narrowed it down.
Well, he wasn't part of the Arkhams.
Okay.
But the Arkhams and the Waynes are the two like the founding families of Gotham.
Yeah,
that's why in Gotham you have Arkham Asylum.
Yeah,
like the Waynes and shit like that.
See, and I thought that was dope because I don't know the full story of Arkham Asylum, but if this was like something that they created, like, okay, this was a family and the Waynes were a family and they were like the top two.
Yep.
I thought that was dope because you got like one good, one bad. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not even bad because like I want to say like he made it out like Martha Wayne is actually an Arkham. When he's talking about, he's like, they get the two families, and like, she's part of that family, the Arkham family, and then like her mother had killed her dad and then killed herself.
See, that's why I wanted to re-see it because when I was going through the whole story, I knew I had missed some little pieces in there.
Yeah,
because I really thought the way it was explained that him and Bruce were actually orphans together because of their families basically killing each other, so to speak. So
what happened was, her mom had killed her dad and then killed herself, and then so she grew up, alone and stuff like that, and she had like mental issues, and she was had to stay at the asylum and stuff like that, and like they tried to hide all that stuff, And then when Thomas Wayne was trying to run for mayor, all those secrets were about to come out because of the reporter. So that's when he was just like, he asked Carmine Falcone to like, hey, can you shut this dude up? Like, he's trying to, and they made it seem like Riddler was trying to make it seem like he did that for his political aspirations, when Alfred was like, no, he was doing that to protect your mother because he loved your mother and he didn't want her to have to relive all that shit.
Yeah.
But I thought the Riddler's plan was actually fucking insanely good.
Genius. Yeah.
He's a mastermind. Genius. I thought it was dope, but the one thing I thought he knew who Batman was the entire time.
I thought he did too.
Yeah. Did you realize that he didn't?
No, I thought when him and Batman were face to face in the jail cell, whatever, he was like, "Is that when he found out, or was it before that?"
No, because he's sitting there talking like the whole movie. You think he knows who Batman is?
Yeah.
So then when he's talking to him in the asylum, and he starts talking to him like about Bruce Wayne and all this different shit, and then like you can see Robert Pattinson like, "Fuck, like this motherfucker knows who I am" and shit like that. He's talking to him. And then he says that. Then he looks at him. He goes, and Bruce Wayne, he's the only one that we didn't get because he killed every one of his targets except for Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
and that's when Batman realized, oh, he doesn't know who I am.
Gotcha.
And so, like, from what I gathered, like the Riddler felt like him and Batman were two peas of the same pod. Like their whole goal was vengeance against the city.
Yeah.
So that's why they were doing what they were doing. So his whole plan was he was talking to Batman and trying to get him to understand so that when he realized what was going on, he would purposely bring Carmine Falcone out under the light so he could fucking shoot him. That's why he goes, okay, bring the rat to the light. So yeah, so he's like, oh shit, like he thought, he's like, okay, he set me up. He got me to bring Carmine Falcone so he could shoot him. But the Riddler thought he knew who, he knew everything going on. And then he fucking brought him out on purpose to get shot. Yeah. And then when he starts yelling back at him in the fucking the asylum, and then that's where Riddler's like, no, I wasn't supposed to go this way. Because he realized like, oh, he's not corrupt. He's not helping me out. He's doing his own thing. And like, I thought he was helping me out and he's not. And that's why when he says, he looks at me, he goes, you're not as smart as I thought you were.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah, because he realized like, oh, he doesn't know the entire plan. So he wasn't, that's when he realizes like, he's not on my side. He's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At that part, he says a quote, and I know I'm going to get it wrong. I hope you remember it. He says, it's hard to feel sorry for somebody who has so much money that's still looking down on you. I thought that shit was cold. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, it's just, I get the Riddler's like thoughts. Like the Riddler grew up in a fucking orphanage. And he knows what it's like to be a real orphan. A fucking nobody gives a shit about you. This whole renewal project is supposed to help, with helping out the kids and stuff like that. But really, all the politics and all those people are taking all that renewal money for themselves. All the mobsters. And then he's like, yeah, I was a real orphan. I deserved all that fucking attention. But no, everybody wants to talk about Bruce Wayne, orphan who has all this fucking money and he doesn't even need anything. So
yeah. Like I thought, like the way it all came together in the end, I was like, yeah, whoever wrote this movie, they spent some time. Like they put some thought into this and wrote it correctly.
I know the director was one of the writers.
Okay.
Matt Reeves, because he's the same dude that made like the recent like Planet of the Apes movies, like Rise and Planet of the Apes and all those ones. So I mean, that dude was nasty. Oh my god. God damn, that fucking plan was good.
Did you find any funny parts in the movie? Because I can only think of one.
Which one?
Penguin. When they had him tied up, questioning him.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Did you get him still fucking here?" And he tries to walk, and he actually looks like a penguin.
I like when they're when Batman's like caught in the police fucking station.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's backing him up. He goes, "You give me 2 minutes with him," and they let him go. He goes, "You're gonna have to get out of here somehow." And he's communicating with him, but he's trying to make it look like he's trying to fucking interrogate him.
Yeah. He said, punch me in the face and take this key and run onto the roof. Yeah. And from there, you're on your own. And then when he hit him, he was like, you could have pulled your punch, man.
He goes, I did.
Yes. Oh, man.
But no, like fucking, to me, and like and that's the whole juxtaposition between Batman and Joker is like, okay, you got two guys who feel the same exact way about a city, but they're going about it in two vastly different ways. And I feel like that's, like a lot of life, Okay. I'm, for some reason, I don't know why, maybe it's just me, but I have this weird obsession with like point of view or perspective.
Okay.
With the idea that like I could make one decision for myself. And depending on what your relationship is to me, that decision will look vastly different. For example, if I am going out to get a drink, going to the bar to get a drink, if you're my best friend, you're going to look at it like, oh yeah, he's just day after work, he's unwinding, he deserves a drink. He's just going to have fun. But if you're my kid who never sees me, you're just like, Dad's fucking going to the bar again and fucking getting drunk again. He's going to come home and all this shit. So like, depending on your relationship to that person, that's how you view a person's, point of view.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was really dope how they had like the Riddler and Batman's like perspectives on like being an orphan and what crime has done to the city.
Mm.
So like they're both going after revenge.
Mm.
They're both going for revenge against the city because or vengeance against the city, where Batman is like, I want to get rid of these corrupt people because they're ruining my city. Whereas Riddler's like, I want to get rid of these corrupt people because they ruined my life. And they're just going about it in two vastly different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now that you mentioned that, now I understand at the ending when he unmasked one of the guys and he says, "Who are you?" And he says, "Vengeance." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which is the same thing Batman said at the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why Batman turns and looks at him. He's like, and that's when he realizes, like, oh, and that's what he says at the end. He goes, "Oh, I inspired these people, but not in the way that I thought I was going to inspire them." He thought that he was going to inspire everyone to do better and help out. And he goes, no, he inspired these people to become psychotic and start killing people.
Yeah. What else?
The fucking Batmobile. That's what the fuck else.
Look, okay. Hold on. What theater did you see it in? You saw it in IMAX, right?
Bro, I saw it in the giant IMAX.
Okay.
The subwoofers underneath the seats.
Look, I saw it in the regular movie theater, but they emphasized that car hard. The theater was shaking. I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? So I know it was going crazy when you watched it.
All you hear was I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And they pull to the back and you see the flame going.
Mm-hmm.
Dog. Oh my God. Man. Like I've never I'm trying to think of the last time I'm thinking about how all the different Batmobile reveals have happened in movies.
Okay.
So I don't remember the original Batman. I just remember in the original Batman, they had the fucking grappling hook come out the front of the fucking Batmobile, and it pulled the Michael Keaton one where it pulls it up and it goes and rides up the fucking wall.
Yeah.
I remember that.
No, I thought that was Batman Forever.
No, I don't think it was Batman Forever because I remember distinctly. I don't know.
Okay. So in the original Batman, it was all black. It looked almost like, in my opinion, like the Darkwing Duck ship a little bit, but all black. Look, if you look at Darkwing Duck and look at the original Batmobile, they kind of favor each other.
Well, if you look at Darkwing Duck and Batman, they favor each other.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah.
But then the next Batman after that was the one that had the blue lights on it, like the little blue electrical.
Yeah. The fucking Batman Forever one.
That was doing hydraulics and shit. Whatever the fuck was going on with that one.
Yeah. That was a little too much.
Yeah. And then of course in the Dark Knight,
so in the Christian Bale one, so in Batman Begins, like they go and he goes to get what's her name? Rachel Dawes.
Mm-hmm.
After fucking Scarecrow hits her with the fucking the mist.
Yeah.
So he goes to get her and he goes, I need to get out of it. We need to get her out of here. I need to give her an antidote. And he goes, my car is not here. And he goes, don't worry, I brought my own. And also you hear the blast and everything, which I thought was dope. And then this one where fucking they're trying to fucking get out of that shootout and all of a sudden they just hear that rumbling.
Yeah. Look, I still feel like the original Batmobile is my favorite, but this introduction was crazy.
Okay, so maybe I'm biased.
Uh-huh.
Like I like the first Batmobile. That's never been my favorite.
You know why? I mean, I liked it just because the look of it all, and then of course the way the whole the cockpit or whatever, how it would slide down, he had to jump out of it.
Yeah,
I thought that shit was dope. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna show you once we get off the camera. I'm gonna show you something, and you're gonna flip out.
Okay.
But my favorite, I think this one might be tied for first or a close second. My favorite is the tumbler from fucking Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, because it was a motherfucking tank.
Yeah.
And it's like,
to me that was too damn big though. That's like, I mean, granted, he could go through a lot of shit, but it wasn't as move around and get through some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I liked it because it was just so like, I mean, you see that motherfucker coming down the street, you're like, it looks like if a tank and a Lamborghini had a kid, that's what it would look like. And that's how I took it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fucking what about Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman?
I thought she was dope. She acted real good. Of course, she's sexy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I was falling in love during that movie. Yeah, and the
Look,
thing is,
man.
I've seen Zoe Kravitz in other movies.
Mhm.
For some reason, I was just watching the movie. I'm like, God damn, that's a good looking girl.
I like the role in this too because even she was dark. Like when she found out, who her dad was, and
Or when she told him,
what she was trying to do, it was like no holds barred. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I love the fact that Falcone never took his shades off. Like his look was so cold to me. Like you could tell he was just like too cool for his own good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Like he was too cool for his own good. I thought Penguin was like, I read this description of Penguin, and to me, it made a whole lot of sense, especially in this movie. They said they wanted Penguin to be like one of those old school, like Warner Brothers mobsters. Like just that old 1950s, how those mobsters act. That was kind of like how he acted. Like, hey, darling, what you doing? Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh, bro, there's so much in this movie. Like, I want to go in depth into it, but like, it's so much all at once. I'm trying to think about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and it's not that it moves quick. It's very, very continuous. Like the whole movie's at a cool pace the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like you just
good.
I was gonna say it's like you're almost in the back of a limo and just enjoy the ride because it's gonna be smooth, but you're in tune with the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
And like every scene means something.
Yeah,
like
everything.
Yeah, like everything means something to the story. Like I watched it 3 hours, flew by, didn't even feel it, and like I couldn't think of something where if you took this out, it wouldn't have made the movie better. It would it would have made a movie shorter, but I think every little piece, like you needed it in order to really feel how, what it was like to try to take down the fucking Riddler.
Yeah. Like every scene matters from the church scene to
when he was in that club for the first time and he was fighting the dudes.
Yeah.
He threw the bat at the off-duty cop.
Hold on. I don't remember that part.
So he's sitting there fighting the guys.
Yeah.
And when he first gets into the club, and all of a sudden that the dude puts up the gun and he goes, fucking freeze, stay right there. And he just takes the fucking thing, like he moves out of the way of the bullet and just throws the fucking bat at him.
Okay, yeah.
And then he goes down. That's when Penguin goes, hey, slow down, take it easy.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie, you see the dude with the broken nose the entire time.
Yeah. Oh man.
I like the message that Batman gave to Catwoman, where he was like, they need to pay, and he was like, yeah, because you don't need to pay with them, like you've paid enough. Basically saying like, hey, don't go down this route because once you go down it, like,
ain't no turning back. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I feel like vigilante justice, especially nowadays. I don't know if you saw the news lately. But vigilante justice is, I don't know. I think people nowadays are becoming a little more open to the idea. I'm not saying they would. I'm saying I don't know. I think people look at the justice system in 2022, just in general, and are like, what's going on? Like,
there's definitely something wrong with it. There's something that's been wrong with it. And part of it, or a good majority of it, was police brutality. I listened to an interview on the radio today, matter of fact, about a lady that's doing I guess a research or something on the corrupt the gangs inside the cop system in LA. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, the fucking Rampart. You ever heard of Rampart?
No. But
Rampart was a group of cops in the LAPD who, like, while off duty, were doing like, killings for the mob, or like killing, like murder for hire and shit like that. They were just fucking corrupt cops.
Yeah, but I guess it's part of the same line. She's talking about like inside the cop force.
Yeah.
How you have certain gangs inside, even though they're all cops, but they're all different gangs inside the police force.
Yeah, their own little groups. Yeah.
So the justice has been corrupt for some time now. Now it's just all coming to light. You know what I'm saying?
Well, did you hear about Cain Velasquez?
Okay, I know the name, but no.
Cain Velasquez used to be the UFC heavyweight champion. And
he
he recently just got arrested for I'll give the headline,
Okay.
and then I'll give the details, some of the details. So the headline was he chased down he chased down a car that containing a guy who was either accused or arrested for molesting a close relative of his, and he fired into the car and ended up hitting the driver, which was, I think, that guy's like father-in-law. So he's arrested right now, and like he's arrested. The judge said would let him out on bail, but the guy that he was aiming at, the pedophile guy who was, I think he's going, like, he was already convicted of whatever, something happened with him molesting the family member. That dude was let go on his own recognizance, no bail, nothing. He's walking the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So when he found out he was walking the streets, Kane chased him down and fucking went after him with a gun. So from what I hear, I don't know all the specific facts, but from what I hear, apparently the guy was accused of molesting Cain Velasquez's 4-year-old daughter at a daycare. And then when he found out, Cain Velasquez found out that the dude got let out of jail, no bail, nothing, just, hey, go ahead. He fucking went after him with a gun.
The matters into his own hands.
Yeah. I can't fault him for that.
No, I mean,
I did the same thing.
I'm a father, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, there's just some things that
your daughter's what?
She's 4.
She's 4. Yeah.
Girl. You know what I'm saying? It's just you're willing to take bullets to get your point across.
Yeah.
Like, shit. Now we talked about this.
Well, so he fired into a car that contained the dude and hit the father-in-law.
Yeah.
So I think he has to at least stand trial for shooting somebody, that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But I don't blame. I just don't. I can't hold it against him. I don't blame him. I would do the same thing. I'm sorry.
When I was going through the justice system, I swear I hate lawyers and judges, and only because even though they go to school and to make the decisions they make and everything else, at the end of the day, you don't know if they're making a decision off of their own personal feelings or what's right by the system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your life is in one man or woman's word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there and you can't do shit about it. Unless you have a good lawyer that has good money and him and the judge talk back and forth.
Yeah.
Because that whole Training Day movie, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. You know what I'm saying? Or what you can prove. Yeah. That shit is real.
So could you see yourself becoming a vigilante? Like, it's not a superhero. A superhero has superpowers. He's just a hero. But could you see yourself becoming like a vigilante like Batman and taking matters into your own hands?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would love to. If my body wasn't so beat the fuck down.
What animal would you go? What would you be?
Oh shit! I'd be the Incredible fucking Hulk. You know what I'm saying? No, my two
Black Hulk.
Yeah, for real. Hold on, wait. Just imagine that though. Imagine the Hulk like Batman. You see this big 18-foot motherfucker come out and grab you. You can't do shit about that.
Could you imagine if they had like a hood Hulk? He out there in like Tim's.
What's that damn superhero? The black dude. It was a series.
Not Iron Fist. It's Luke Cage.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Just in the hoodie and Tim's and shit.
Yep.
Man,
listen, I would. If I was an animal, I don't know what animal I'd like. A falcon? No, I'd do a falcon just because Springfield. I don't know. Tarantula?
Look, if you had to name yourself after an animal,
yeah,
like what tarantula man? Nah, that sounds weird. That's it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
raccoon?
Nah, the raccoons are okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta watch out for them coons,
man. Everybody be looking for some old slavery. You know, it's a little Asian dude running around.
That should be hilarious. But,
man.
Yo, it's the coon.
Man.
Coon's gonna get you.
Yeah, for real. Hide in the shadows in the garbage cans.
Yeah. But no, like, okay, we're off subject, but Zoe Kravitz. My God, woman.
Back to the sexy.
Bruh, like
that red hair did something to me.
Dude, so there's something about not a lot of women can pull off short hair, especially younger women. Because usually when you have short hair, it makes you look older. But goddamn, Zoe Kravitz, goddamn. And I think it's got to be in the genes. Because her mom's Lisa Bonet, and Lisa Bonet could pull off short hair too.
Yeah. So. And Lisa Bonet, I mean, she still looks good for her age.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
It's not that she doesn't look good, because she's fucking sexy as hell. But sometimes she looks like the fucking the witch doctor in Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
No, I'm not letting that ride.
Yeah, no, I'm saying she does. Sometimes she does.
You talking about Calypso?
Yeah, Calypso.
No. Nah, hell no.
Please, yeah.
Look,
damn well, you saw Lisa Bonet, you're like, God damn, you sexy as hell, but you might put a hex on me. So no.
Well, she was in that movie based out of Louisiana. What was it? Oh gosh, Mickey Rourke was in it. Old school movie.
With the wrestler?
No, well, he played the wrestler, but when he was in his younger days. Oh gosh, it was based out of Louisiana. Angel Heart.
Okay,
yeah. Well,
I liked her in Biker Boys.
Oh yeah, she was sexy in there too. I mean, Zoe Kravitz. I mean, no homo. Her parents are sexy. Lenny Kravitz, dude,
Lenny Kravitz is a good looking dude. Sorry, and then fucking Lisa Bonet is gonna, divorce Lenny Kravitz to get with Jason Momoa. Like, goddamn. I don't know, whatever genetics are going on in that family.
Man.
It's like those are like alpha genetics.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
She got the sexy ass eyes and lips, man. Yeah.
Like cheekbones. Not everybody can pull off good cheekbones. I'll be the first person to say, like, I don't find Naomi Campbell all that like attractive. But I don't know. I think her cheekbones are a little too pronounced. But Zoe Kravitz has some really nice like cheekbones, either nice cheekbones or some dimples.
Well, Zoe's about your height too.
Oh, she's probably shorter than me.
Naomi Kim was a little taller.
Who? What? Lil' Kim?
No, Naomi Campbell.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Yeah. What's my phone? I was trying to look up fucking what's her height.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Yeah, I have to look up at Naomi Campbell. That's I don't know.
Tell her you're one mountain I'm ready to climb.
I know. I look at her like, hold on, let me go get my step stool.
Oh shit! Oh, if she ever watching this, probably like that little Asian motherfucker. I would meet him.
I know. She
probably have a step stool ready for you.
She's like, I never. Rude motherfucker. You think you can climb this? You think you can climb this?
Oh man, you might have to prove it. Just say it.
Hold on, I gotta chalk up my hand so I can get a good grip.
We ain't shit.
Oh, we're fucking idiots. No, but okay. So what'd you think of Alfred's role and how he because he was like kind of he wasn't a butler per se. He was almost like an accomplice.
Pretty much, but matter of fact, shout out to Andy Serkis because he's played some roles these last couple of years that were pretty damn good.
Well, so his connection with the director, right?
I don't, but I figure he has something to do with it because he wrote the last superhero movie. I gotta think.
And Andy Serkis directed Venom.
Venom. Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
He directed, but no. So Matt Reeves was the director, and he directed like those Rise of the Planet of the Apes and all that stuff. And
he played Caesar, didn't he?
Caesar, yeah.
So yeah,
but I liked it. So here's why I liked it, because it didn't feel like Alfred was a butler. it felt like Alfred might have been his parents' bodyguard. And then after they died, he transitioned into that other role.
Yeah.
He was fucking cracking the codes.
Like, he was working too. And then when I think when Bruce Wayne was going to the funeral, he said, "Where's your cufflinks?" He said, "Never mind here." It just took him off, like,
Yeah, and he's like,
"That's what you do," you know what I'm saying?
He goes, "What's this? You're not a Wayne." He goes, "Your dad gave these to me."
Yeah.
Like, I like that because Bruce, he's still like a jaded kid. Like he goes, "Stop. You're not my dad." Like he's still fresh in the like tunnel vision. This is what I got to do, and I can't. He's not accepting, anything that pulls him away from his goal. And then by the end of the movie, he's like, I might have been going about this the wrong way. I need to change how I'm approaching this.
It's funny you say that because when he was Bruce Wayne in that Batman, he looked like a little kid, had the little like 90s punk rock black gothic hair, what I'm saying? And he looked like he belonged in like Fall Out Boy or something, you know what I'm saying?
He looks socially awkward, right?
Yeah, but then when he's in the suit, it's Batman, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's what the Riddler said. The Riddler said, the mask allowed him to be who he is. That's why he said, that's why he said Bruce or Batman, like he goes, that's who you are. He goes, I don't know who you are underneath, but this is you. And that's why my mask allowed me to be who I am fully. So I think that's why he's so comfortable being Batman, is because he's got, allows him to be who he truly is. Now, I think the next couple of movies, I think he has to go learn how to be Bruce Wayne.
I didn't know if they could do the next couple of movies, man, because
I mean,
I'm sure they could, but you gotta make it good.
Bro, the director told Christopher Nolan himself, the director of The Dark Knight, he said, I love you, and I love your movies, but like we're going out to beat your movies. Like that's our goal, is to make a better movie than you did. And depending on how you feel, like they either succeeded or they didn't. So like you said, all right, it's either number one and number two for you.
Yes, indeed.
Give me your reasons. Give me your pros as to why it would be number one.
The reason why I'm so stuck on Dark Knight being number one is because it was dark enough. Like when Rachel died, I didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? That was like
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that was like, I didn't expect that happening because Batman's gonna go save him, whatever. And that whole scene played out, and shit, she was gone. And then you see Batman standing on the rubble with his head down because that's his personal feelings. Like, he's not Batman. He's like, yo, the girl I love is gone right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I went to go save her boyfriend instead of going to save her. And then I give it to, not wanting to sound biased, but Joker, Heath Ledger, the way he played that role to be so psychotic, but at the same time funny, because there's so many different parts in the movie. Like when he walks into the table where the mob bosses are sitting, and he's like, he ha ha oh oh, and just looks at him.
Yeah.
And they say, you think you just walk in and take our money? He said, yeah. Like, yeah.
All right. So here's a question. If The Dark Knight didn't have Heath Ledger as the Joker, would it be as good?
With that being said, I want to say no, because the Dark Knight's good because of Heath Ledger, the way he played Joker. It was dark enough to have actually death in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The storyline was good. Even with him trying to convert Batman to join the dark side, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when he's chasing them down the road and Joker just stands there with the shotguns, like, come on, hit me.
Yeah,
he's waiting for him. Like, those some intense scenes. This movie's just all the way gritty. And that's why it's a close one, because it's my type of grit. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So like I feel like The Dark Knight would still be a great movie with or without the Joker. But like if I'm being honest, I thought other than the scene at the end of the movie where Batman's going through the abandoned building, saving all the doctors. Other than that, and maybe the opening heist, I didn't think the action in The Dark Knight was all that great. Like the scene the car chase scene where he's trying to go save fucking Harvey Dent, and when they're going underneath the fucking in Chicago, and they come out like, okay, other than flipping the truck, like I didn't think it was like that great an action scene. If I had to put it up against other actions, like I didn't really get the intensity that I thought I might get out of that scene.
Well, see, I felt the same way with this one. Like the intensity of the action scenes they were just okay. It was the whole build up and how they went through and everything that made it what it was for me, what it was supposed to be. Same way I felt in The Dark Knight. The action scenes weren't like over the top action. To me, it was more of, I mean, I hate to keep going back to Joker, but even when he's in the cell, and he's sitting there making sure Batman beats the shit out of him and just laughing at it, taking it. And when they leave him in there, he's talking to his cop, and the cop's like, "You killed 6 of my friends," and Joker looks was like, 6.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You want to know which one of them were cowards before they died?" Like he was so mental, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I just feel like, okay, if I had to compare, so the fight with in this one, the fight with Batman fighting the Joker people, the Joker gang, and then the fight in Dark Knight with Batman fighting the Joker inside the fucking the during the party, the dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, if I had to look at both those action scenes together, the one in this one felt more impactful. Like I felt the punches more. It felt more like there was more tension to that fight.
Okay. Well, yeah, definitely. No, definitely that, because you got to remember in this one, it's like wasn't opening scenes. So when he's fighting, is he like a dark subway or something?
Yeah, they're in the subway station.
Okay, yeah. So it's dark and he just comes through and just strictly just beats the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like in this one, like there's a grittiness and an attention to it to where I felt like at any point Batman could become unhinged and just fuck up everybody. Whereas in The Dark Knight, it felt like a good action scene, but like I didn't feel the punches as much. I didn't really feel like the impact of the moves. I felt once Joker tossed Rachel Dawes out the window and he fucking chases after her, it was dope. Cause like he's like, all right, I'm gonna test how fucking loyal this motherfucker is, and just fucking tosses her. Yeah. But like in this one, I felt like I could feel the hits a little more than I could feel in that one.
Look, if I could put this Batman in The Dark Knight, because like even when like we just talked about with him letting Rachel Dawes go, yeah, and Batman was just like, let her go, and he was like, poor choice of words. But that shit was dope. And this one, I feel like Batman would have just looked at him and he would have just dropped her. And you know what I'm saying? And then he would have just did what he had to do. But yeah, I'm still going back and forth.
It tastes like the fucking water in a fucking tuna fish can.
Shit.
That's not a good endorsement for this drink, but I like it.
You're Asian, dude. Look, your face says the total opposite.
It's a little warm.
No, it's your face. It's the total opposite of what you just said. I like it. That's what you look like.
Good. Mercedes' brother used to do that. Like we'd give him some food sometimes. Like if he doesn't like it, he'll go, "I'm saving it for later." So like we'd give him like a spring roll, and he'd be like, "It's good. It's good here. I'll save it for later." I'm like, all right, he doesn't like it.
That's a respectful way of saying get this shit away from me.
It's just funny because like there was one time we were going to one of the shows and he got hungry, so we pulled into a Wendy's and we got him a chicken sandwich and went to the drive-thru, got the chicken sandwich. I paid for it, got the chicken sandwich. I was like, here you go, Joshua. Boom. Pulled around the parking lot, went to go exit the parking lot. I turned around. His motherfucker was taking the last bite. I was like, Joshua, you ate it all already?
Oh man, the Wendy's, man. Wendy's sound good,
dude. Wendy's does sound good.
Yeah,
actually, they got a new chicken sandwich spot opening up here in Orlando soon.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Cool.
I'm a fat kid inside, and
I'm a fat kid inside and out. I don't give a shit. Yeah. I'm a fucking bear, but
no, like so. I really like. I think. Okay, so one of the reasons why I loved The Dark Knight when I first saw it, because it felt like a mobster movie, a normal actual mobster movie that just happened to have the Batman and Joker in it, which is what I really liked, because it felt like, okay, how would these people act in real life? And that's what it felt like.
I mean, even with go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, even with Two-Face's character, how he was like trying to be like the mayor and make the city good, and once he got corrupted, it was like all downhill after that. He was walking around killing people, just flipping a coin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but in that movie, it felt like, okay, if those characters were in Chicago, that's what it would look like. Whereas to me, this felt like a fucking Batman movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's why I think this one gets the nod over The Dark Knight, because this felt like this was Gotham. It felt like this was Batman. It's like, oh man, it was
and that's one of the reasons why I love it, because you needed no introduction. If you didn't know who Batman was, then you're fucking confused right now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have no idea who Batman's history is, all you saw was a dude walking around in a bat suit trying to solve a case. Versus if you know who he is, you know his childhood, how he grew up. Yeah. His parents died there. So even they touching that stuff a little bit, it's really, like you said, a Batman movie. You know what I'm saying? Like all about him. And
that's the thing. Like that's why, because so with The Dark Knight, I feel like, as great of a movie as it is, I felt like it was almost a Joker movie. Where this one was a Batman movie.
Okay, I can give you that.
And that's where I get that's where the difference. And that's nothing against The Dark Knight, but because it was the second movie. The Batman movie was already Batman Begins.
Yeah.
So if I had to even put it up against Batman Begins, because Batman Begins had more of like that Gotham look to it and shit like that. I don't know. There's just the way he operates in this one.
Look, I'm telling you, like I said, Michael Keaton is my favorite Batman, but good old Twilight
bruh, he fucking killed it.
Look, man, that ending scene just did it for me. Like he had so many cold parts of the movie without saying nothing, but when him and Zoe go their own ways, and you could hear it. Like, I love the way they did the whole camera scene, everything. He's looking in his rearview mirror. It doesn't say anything. It just looks up, and then you hits the gas. You know what I'm saying? But you can just see in his face that something in him would like to probably try to get close to her.
Yeah.
But then it's like, nah.
Well, I think to me, it's like he's watching her go away, and he's like, it's almost like that's the last hope I have for a normal life. Riding away right now. He's watching her walk away. And that's such a fucking cold thought. Like you're just you're not giving away, but you're walking away from what you know would make you happy in order to do what you need to do. Man,
don't trust it. Man, look, that's life right there for people. How many people make decisions?
Well, that's the thing. Most people are going to just chase. They're going to do the selfish thing, and they're going to chase what's going to make them happy. But he made that decision and said, my happiness can wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I don't think he was chasing his happiness. I think it was more about, I could be happy over there, but I'm comfortable here.
Yeah, and he's like, this is what I need to do.
Yeah,
like,
and shoot, I guess that's a whole life factor right there. How many people like just make decisions based off of
the right now,
or the other person, or what's comfortable to them versus what they know they really, really want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, he knows he really wants to help out
a normal life. Oh, no, you're talking about.
I think Bruce, at the end of the day, he knows that like what he really wants is to make a difference and to help out his city. Whereas he's looking at her and he goes, I could just say, fuck this city and just be with her and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So I think to me, this is the first time in any Batman movie where I really felt like the relationship between Batman and Catwoman was earned. Whereas in The Dark Knight Rises, it does, but at the same time, it kind of, it kind of felt like, okay, they like each other because they're supposed to like each other. Mm-hmm. Whereas this one, it kind of felt like they just had this kinship, like two lost souls who just,
because he starts stalking her because her friend was the one that disappeared.
Yeah.
You know, and then when he realized
he recognized her boots in the club.
Yeah.
Because he saw the boots in the picture, mm-hmm. and he saw when he noticed the boots walking, and that's the other shit. This motherfucker notices the little shit,
the littlest things that make the biggest statement.
Mm-hmm.
But look, that shit is real too. If you pay attention, like I've learned this when I was younger. Sometimes if you just stay quiet and just watch, you can figure out everything you need to know about a situation, about somebody, about a room. It'd be cool. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So give me an example. Give me an example of where you just sat back and said, and just what's the word? You just sat back and observed the room and said, okay, this is the move I got to make right now.
Oh shit. That's an everyday basis from something as simple as just walking into the office at work, you know, to shit back in the military, to, you know, anything that you could walk into a room and just read the whole room real quick, and you could tell who's the top dog, who's the top girl, you know what I'm saying? Based on dress alone, you know what I'm saying? Not loudness, you know what I'm saying? The loudest one is the one that's the decoy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's usually the one that's really kind of chilling everything else. That's the one who got the power, you know what I'm saying? But I guess giving you an example, shit, when it's not like this.
I can give you an example. When we used to go to Tully's, like we used to go to Tully's or we used to go to Max Cap, like you could sit there and you'd be like, we just have fun, but just observe and then just all right, it's time to get out of here. You know, it's about to get a little hectic.
Oh yeah, definitely. Matter of fact, when me and my birthday this past year, we walked to some club and we walked in there. It was like it wasn't empty, but it was getting picked up. Yeah. So you know, we ended up having fun and everything else. And then there's a moment when me and my brother stepped back and we just look. And he's like, "You ready to get out of here?" And I was like, "Yeah," because we could just tell it was changing. Yeah. And you know, like, nah, this ain't where we want to be right now. You know what I'm saying? If it goes left, I don't know who all these people are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I know, like my boy Danny used to be a bouncer at some clubs in Springfield, and I remember one day he was working and some dude tried to get in there and he found a knife on him. So he's, you can't get in here. And dude was throwing a fit because he couldn't get in with the knife. Mm-hmm. So then next thing you know, one of his boys who got in, but also had a knife on him, pulled that fucking blade out. And my boy Danny got jabbed up 15 times.
Oh, nice.
Above the eyebrow, everywhere. And he was in the hospital for like 2 weeks. And it was just like, he's just doing his job.
Yeah.
But like, if you're aware of the situation and you're keeping on, like, the other bouncers, someone should have kept it, like, could have kept their eye open and realized, okay, there's movement going on behind him right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's focusing on this one guy with where he knows has a weapon. Mm-hmm. And you know, you're not focused on those guys behind you. And that's where you gotta just be aware.
I ain't no Billy Badass, nothing like that. But when I was bouncing, I stayed on the front door purposely. And I'm not saying that I found everything. I mean, I think I count my blessings and say my prayers that, you know, nothing ever happened. But you know, had a whole team lined up, you know, do this, that, and I searched them because I felt like if somebody got in, then they got by me and I got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that moment, if I'm on the door searching, I don't give a shit. I'm grabbing dick and balls, everything. I don't care what you got. Cause I've heard stories of people clenching knives between their butt cheeks and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Not only are you not going to get me, I can't let you get anybody else in here because everybody's in here to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that.
I remember I went to Tully's once. I think it was me and Mike. I don't think you were there. And I had a red rag on. And
okay. Okay, you did have it on one time when I was there, but I don't know if this is the same time you're talking about.
No, so I had this red rag on. It might have been with you. I had this red rag on. No, it was me and Mike specifically. And I'll tell you why in a second.
Okay.
So I had this red rag on, and I wore it because it matched my Red Sox hat. Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, "Hey, man, you need to take that off, whatever." So I took it off. I put it in my back pocket. And he goes, "Nah, you need to like put it in the car. I was like, all right, cool. So I just took it, tossed it in the car, whatever. I didn't think anything about it. And it wasn't until like a couple of days later, I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, it just matches my outfit. But I'm like, no, like if I walked in there with that, some shit could have popped off just because someone saw it. Because I remember I went one day I was skipping school with my brother and a couple of friends, and he was wearing, you know, some just white rags, whatever. And then we were about to walk into a fucking Friendlies on Sumner Ave, and some dude walks up to him and just goes, yo, you familiar? Are you familiar? Yo, because if you ain't familiar, I'm gonna beat your ass. All because he had on the white rags. We're just like, nah, bro, we're here to get some home fries, bro. Like, relax. But it's it's just being at that moment. At that moment, the bouncer was aware of what could pop off, and I busted.
Well, so that happened when we went out with, it was me, as we always did, me, you, Les, Glenn, all of us after the, and you know, Les was always dressed to a T, or he was, that was, you know, big Les. And he was wearing his, I think he had on green and white this night, whatever. And we was in Enfield, Connecticut, and we walked in, and no, we was with Marcel too.
Is this the place where Mike brought his fucking birth certificate?
It might have been the same night because we was kind of deep that night. There was a good bunch of us.
Motherfucker brought his birth certificate. Marcel brought his DUI fucking slip. We're like, what the fuck is wrong?
Mike brought his birth certificate. Bunch of fucking delinquents out here, man.
Like, this motherfucker just really want to drink. Now he brought
dude, look, but it was a group of us. You know, we was all friendly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we walked in there. Dude looked at Les, was just like, hey, you stoned or something like that. Yeah. And Les is cool. He was like, nah, bro, it ain't me. He's like, all right, cool. So we walked in, but then we sat at a table right behind them. And Marcel just talking and talking. I said, hey, leave that shit alone. Because I know for a fact we ain't got shit on us. Yeah. I don't know what they got. You know what I'm saying?
Well, man, that's the thing. I want to say it was one night either when we were there or we had just left. But shots rang out at that fucking club. I remember if it was one night, I forget if we had just left or we had like, I forget whatever it was, but they were like, yeah. Like, so shots rang out that night that like, we just happened to not be there at that time. But yeah, man, that's the shit. Like especially when you're going out and stuff like that, like you got to be aware of the situation because you might not be going in there looking for any drug, but you don't know what other people are doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you know, want to just flex and like act like they big, but hey man, you know, you Billy Badass until you actually meet Billy Badass. And then you realize, you know what? I should just stay home and play PlayStation.
Oh man, that's ready.
You thought you was Billy Badass until you met Billy Badass.
Then you realize, you know what? I'm good at math. But yeah, man, but that's another thing, just knowing how to analyze the situation. Yeah. Like, just like, look, man, I ain't down for the dumb shit tonight. If we got into a fist fight, I'm not worried about it. Like one thing about fist fights, I'm going to tell you, it's not about fighting. It's about if you're afraid to take an ass whooping or not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, shit, people use knives and guns these days. Ain't nobody fighting no more.
I know. Everybody's so quick to want to just, I don't know, just do some shit. And I'm just like, it's not worth it. You think I'm a pussy? Fine. Yeah. I'm a pussy. I don't care.
And that's why I told. And that's why I told Marcel leave it alone because when Les calmed it down by his demeanor, I peeped it. Yeah. And because Les wasn't, even though Les was the biggest one, he was real calm, like, nah. And dude was like, okay, cool, walked off. Yeah. But then when we sat down and Marcel just running his mouth, I'm like, dude, if you don't shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Marcel's a fucking idiot. This motherfucking guy. Okay, so for those listening, all right, this dude Marcel, let me tell you, this motherfucker got a ticket. He got a DUI. He
got a DUI. Yeah, go ahead.
He was the passenger in the back of the limo.
Yeah.
How do you get a DUI and you're the passenger?
You ain't even driving.
Oh my God. Man. We were just like, okay, maybe we got to pick our friends differently.
I mean, it was all part of the staff, but Yeah,
because we would go back to work on Monday and
you're
getting clowned for the week.
Until next Friday, we find a new victim. But
like this movie it's so dense. And you don't see which way the moves are going. Like, because you're engrossed in the story. Like, you can't tell what's about to happen and stuff like that. Literally, first of all, the Joker, like, the dude holds up 2 different fucking driver's licenses. He goes, "Which one are you?" And he goes, "Both." Like, you don't really know who his.
I didn't peep that. I seen it, but it didn't register with me.
Yeah, when they arrested him, they're like, "Hey, which one are you?" And he just goes, he just started laughing, and it's like, okay, like you don't know who he actually is. It could be Edward Nygma. It could be all the different like iterations of the Joker. I thought that was fucking dope. I remember someone at work was telling me, he goes, not someone at work. I think it was our boy, he who must not be named, but it begins with a D, gotcha. Ends with an Ustin. He was saying he didn't like how he felt that the Joker was caught so easily. I mean, not the Joker, the Riddler was caught so easily. I actually liked it because it showed he's not a physical being.
Yeah, who, the Riddler? Or are you talking about
Riddler? He's not this physical imposing person. It's all mental for him. So like it just happened to be that like somebody saw him in there, but he knew, okay, I'm gonna get caught at some point, because he knew that Batman is, he's that dude, because I'm gonna get caught at some point. But don't worry, that's at that point we're good. Like everything's gonna go down the way it's supposed to go down.
He had that whole thing in his brain. He doesn't care what happens to him as long as what he wants to get done gets done.
That's why I thought it was so dope when he looks at Batman and he goes, "Oh, you're not as smart as I thought. I thought you were." That was fucking dope, because like in his mind, I got this plan. Batman's just like me, and he's gonna work right into my plan, and we're gonna do it. And everything went exactly as he thought, until he realized, like, oh no, that motherfucker he's trying to save the city. He's not trying to do what I'm doing.
Yeah,
man.
Yes, a really, really dope movie. Like I said, 3 hours long, but if you can sit through Avengers, you can sit through this.
So the only thing I think might deter people is because it's a hopeful movie, but it's not like a sunshine's coming out tomorrow kind of hope. It's like, you're watching a Batman who's consumed with vengeance, and his whole goal is take down the fucking mob and rid this city of evil. And by the end of the movie, he's like, all right, like that might not be the right course of action, because I'm inspiring people to go real south with it, and that's not what I want to do.
Yeah,
I want people to be, to change and try to save the city, not fucking tear it apart.
Yeah.
But what do you think, like, what it went through your mind when the mayor, the newly elected Black woman mayor, when she walked out to tell everybody, hey, calm down, relax, and she looked up and saw the dude up there with the fucking gun?
Yeah.
What do you think was about to happen?
You know what? I really can't say what I think was about to happen. I think I was just really, really in tune with watching the movie at that moment.
Like when I saw that, I was like, when she started looking up, and she was like, in my head, Batman was gonna show up, take out the Riddlers, and do all this shit. And when they actually shot her,
you know what? You're right, because I did think about that. Now that you mentioned, I'm remembering it now.
Yeah,
when she looked up, because Batman did come through there, but like 10 minutes later.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there like, oh shit! Like they actually fucking shot her. Like I was like, holy shit! Like, it was that. Also, when he realizes, that the Riddler is going after him. He's like, he's trying to call Alfred, and the way they did it, it looked like it was all like going. But then the maid picks up the phone. She goes, "No, I've been like an hour ago, like this bomb went off because I've been trying to get a hold of you." Like, no, like sometimes Batman isn't on time.
Yeah,
that shit.
Yeah. God
damn, that was fucking good.
It pays to be. I can't even say be smart. Just have like a little bit of common sense. Because even Alfred was looking at it, and he picked up and just like, and then he just threw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, no movie and everything else, but it's like, man, just think for a minute.
Yeah, but I just thought because like most movies, the hero gets there right on time, everybody gets saved, and thankfully no one, like Alfred, didn't die and all that shit. But like sometimes the hero isn't there to save. Sometimes something bad happens. That's one of the reasons why I love Batman versus Superman. Because they asked the question, like, who decides, Superman, like, who decides who gets saved and who doesn't? Like, like, how do you my son needed saving, he didn't get saved. Like, who are you? Like, who decides who gets saved? And that's go ahead.
No, I'm saying I like movies like that with a surprise element of death.
Yeah.
Like, because superhero movies, especially back in the day, everybody lives. Superhero saves the day.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite moments is in Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, when Mary Jane?
Gwen Stacy.
Oh yeah, Gwen Stefani. Yeah. Gwen
Stefani does. All white women don't look alike, man.
Gwen Stacy.
Because I didn't expect that. I thought he's gonna save her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then he jumped down, but sure enough, when he caught her, but she hit the ground.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yo, she's dead." Like that surprise element. Same with Dark Knight. I didn't expect Rachel to die. You know what I'm saying? I like that in movies.
Yeah, me too. It's like because I don't mind a happy ending, but a happy ending isn't like the most realistic. That's why Infinity War is so dope. Like they didn't win.
Look, did I tell you I was in Luxembourg, Germany, or not? Well, Luxembourg's not in Germany, but it's a bordering country.
Isn't Luxembourg in Germany? It's a city.
It's right on the border. Luxembourg is its own little melting pot. Like all the other surrounding countries basically meet there. That's why English is number one language in Luxembourg.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, but I was up there watching a movie to go and see Infinity War. I ain't never seen a movie theater get up and just be so quiet. Yeah. But everybody at the end, Paris, everybody was just like, "Yo, what the fuck just happened?" Like that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's because it's like there's got to be real stakes. If everybody lives at the end all the time, then and that's one of the things I didn't like about a lot of Marvel movies is like it never felt like there were any stakes because I mean if you're cracking a joke in the middle of a fight because you're trying to save the world, how much do you really want me to believe that it's the end of the world? Yeah. Whereas this one is like, oh yeah, he's smart, he's doing his best, but like no, he's not the smartest person in the world, and sometimes he doesn't get there on time.
Yeah. And he said in the movie, he said, "I can't be everywhere."
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, there you have it. I mean, well, there's more to the movie, but
I know for a fact, I'm busy for the next couple of weeks. But I know for a fact I am going to see it again, couple fucking times. I
do want to see it again, just to pick up things I didn't pick up the first time.
Just give me some more M&Ms and an Angry Orchard. Yeah,
give me a few shots of Jack. I'm good,
bro. That's Batman. Do yourselves a favor, go see that movie, dude. Between Batman and Spider-Man, like we've had some good movies so far. Indeed. In 2022.
Indeed,
man, and they superhero movies too.
But I feel like there's another good one that we've seen in the movie theaters.
I know we saw Spider-Man. There was another movie that we went to see.
I mean, we saw Jackass, but not that. Like that was good, but that was more like on a funny tip, going in just laugh. It's not like an actual like movie, but I don't know. No, we didn't saw Doom, but we'll leave that alone.
I saw it in fucking HBO Max. I didn't see it in the theater.
Oh,
I should have saw it in theater. But I saw it in HBO.
The only reason we went. Well, hold on, wait, time out. I got to go back and find that film because we were supposed to go watch it in the movie theater. Because I was like, "Yo, we could watch on Max," and he's like, "No, do you see those graphics? We have to go to the theater." I was like, "Okay, fuck it." So I drove, God knows where the fuck to go watch the damn shit, and you stayed home.
No, I didn't stay home on purpose. You act like I want to like. I listen. I have a nice TV. I got a good sound system, but nothing compared to being in the theater. I know. If I have the choice, my ass is going to the theater. So I don't know. I forget what was going on at that time. But chances are I couldn't make it to the theater, so I had to watch it on HBO Max. Don't fucking judge me.
Okay. No, I'm only judging you. It was your fucking idea. Look, I'll give a shit. It was your idea. He's like, we got to go see it in the theaters. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Man, get the fuck out of here.
You made the rules, goddammit. Shit.
Man, the rules are made to be bent.
Oh God!
You know, like they say in the Matrix, some rules are made to be bent, Other rules are made to be broken.
Don't you said it though. I thought this whole time you went to the movie theater and saw. He's like, I watched it on the couch in my bathroom.
And trust me, I was upset that I had to watch it on the couch, but I was not upset after I watched it because I was like, I might have been more upset with the movie if I saw it in theaters.
And I felt the same way. Like oh no, okay, whole change of thought.
Go ahead.
We saw Venom in movie theater, but did we talk about that in the podcast?
No. We just saw that on our own because you were visiting.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was fucking go watch Venom.
Cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Batman, bro. Fucking Batman. It's so good.
Can you even think of a quote for this movie?
My quote for this movie would be, know who you are and don't stray. Know who you are and don't stray. Because if you stray, I don't think you may be upset with the result that you get. You know, you ever see those people that have they make decisions and then they're like, oh, well, you know what? Let me just adjust this decision a little bit to acquiesce to a couple other people. Okay, so prime example, Obamacare. Okay, with Obamacare, they wanted it a specific way. And then everybody was like, nah, fuck that shit. We're not going with it. So then they made an adjustment, put it in again. Nah, fuck that. We're not going with it. And they did it 10 times. And then finally they put it in all right, so here. They're like, all right, cool. We'll pass that bill. Boom, they put it through. And then next to everybody goes, well, what the fuck? This isn't doing anything you told you it was going to do. You're like, it's not helping out in any way at all. It's like, well, motherfucker, it's completely different than what I initially intended because you guys made me change it. So know what you want and then don't stray. I mean, Obamacare is just it's a different form of Romney care. I don't know if you remember Romney care, but that happened in Massachusetts. Because remember, even before anything in Massachusetts, we had to have health care for the year. Otherwise, we had to pay the fucking penalty. Yep. And that was essentially what Obamacare was built on. So it wasn't anything new to me, but
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking.
Think for a second. I got to go find my phone because I have a cover for the next movie.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So the quote that I can come up with is leading towards the end of the movie. Like I said, where it was so cold, where him and Catwoman go their own ways, and he's looking back, and you can just see in his face that he knows he wants it, but he decides to go on with his life the direction he's going. So I guess my quote would be, just because something is comfortable doesn't mean it's good for you. And I'm talking about the part where him is away with their old ways. Yep. Because where he is comfortable, but what he wanted would, he wanted to be with her, or at least that's what I got from it. So
I got that too. I felt like he realized she's really the only person who understands him.
Yeah, and that's so. Like I said, my quote is, "Just because something's comfortable doesn't mean it's good for you." Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I know too many people that stay in certain situations, whether it's relationships or house or work or whatever, and they've been there for God knows how long because it's just comfortable, but they know they're not happy. Yeah. They're like, well, you got these credentials to go do this, this, and this. I think, yeah, but this is cool. Well, are you sure?
I had a friend tell me a quote a long time ago, and it always stuck with me. It said, a lot of people live good lives because they were afraid to live great lives. Because they never took the chance on living a great life. Mm-hmm. So they got to a point where they were comfortable and they decided, okay, that's good enough. Mm-hmm. They didn't, there was another avenue that they could have got to have a great life, but they just settled into that spot. And first of all, ain't nothing wrong with settling. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of menial jobs that are out there that, there's a lot of people who work those jobs. They're fucking great people. And there's a lot less stress with that. I think nowadays people are so caught up in making millions of dollars, having that job that everyone envies, that like they don't realize the stress and the headaches that come with it. Sometimes it's nice to have a 9 to 5 where you can clock out at the end, go home, chill with your family, be with your family on the weekends. Like, man, there's definitely days where I'm like, bro, I don't want to sew anymore. I wish I could just clock out and just chill with my dog at the lake.
I feel you. I mean, and then some of that also comes with, well, like for you, I always tell you, because I know like your job can be demanding at times, and I always,
bro.
oh yeah, but I always tell you, and I learned this from watching an interview with Akon about Eminem, and he's like, he doesn't treat rapping like it's his life, it's a job to him. Like, he gets up, goes to the studio, takes lunch, whatever. So I was telling you, when it comes to your sewing and everything, I mean, it is your job, but treat it like a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, set your time, take your break, set your time. Okay, I'm done with this shit for the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's honestly what I need to do, because there's times where I just need to detach. I think my issue is, I remember when I stepped into this, the one thing I said was like, the one thing I want to be known for is dependable. I want to be known for, if I say it's going to be here, it's going to fucking be here. It's just sometimes that turns into, hey, I'm going to be awake for the next 48 hours in order for it to be there when I need it to be there. But the reason why I'm okay with that, because that's a self-imposed stress. That's not a stress because you put that on me. It's because I put it on myself. I'm fine, completely fine with that. I think when the job starts putting that much stress on you, then you got to be like, all right, step back, relax. Let me go figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Just, did I grab my phone?
You didn't grab it?
I got it.
I was gonna say, that's the whole reason why you got up.
Whatever. I had an old fashioned and nothing to eat today. So
you don't never eat.
Yeah, but I got some brisket waiting for me. So as soon as we're done, got some brisket, some eggs, a little salad, some bacon wrapped jalapenos.
Okay. Look, you look like a straight Asian right there.
Crackhead.
Little Asian bunny rabbit.
What would an Asian bunny rabbit be? What is that like?
Look, man, fucking the rabbit from Ninja Turtles cartoon. I don't know, but shit. When you just did it with your face, you had the whole Cadbury bunny lips going. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, when you watch it back, you'll see.
All right. Well, that's okay. So that's fucking Batman. And I know we could have got more in depth with it, but fucking go see it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we went as in depth as we wanted to, we'd be talking for the next couple hours.
Yeah,
because it was just that much.
It's that dense. There's so much good stuff to it, especially when you dive into the intricacies of the story. Like, god damn. Sometimes it boggles my mind how good of a movie some of these dudes can write.
Oh yeah, especially the ones that the most important movies are. I think the reason why people see movies, in my opinion, is to, one, be entertained, and to two, see how you identify with it. You know what I'm saying? Those are, I think, two major things people, whether they know it or not, go to see a movie for.
Yeah.
And some of these movies, that are written so good and everything else, and it's not only the fact that they're written good, it's the camera angles. It's making sure you get this look when you want this look. You know what I'm saying? It's the light. Sometimes it's the outfit. It can be something as simple as, like you said, looking down at the blood stain, and just like all that means something in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Was there like any specific camera shots that you saw you were like, dude, that's a fucking beautiful shot?
I wouldn't say beautiful. Well, okay, I guess it was beautiful, but it was the whole shot of dude. You guys are looking weird on camera, man.
Whatever, it's my dog.
Yeah,
walking towards me. Sorry, my dog gets priority over you, Chris Brown, with the dark ass hat on.
Hey, I ain't worried about that. Look, my dog's outside. No, they look.
No,
they ain't fucking my shit up.
Ass father.
No, I'm gonna go get it in a minute. She was being here whining the whole time because she wants to go outside.
She can come back. She gonna be like fucking 20 pounds heavier. Fucking her arms gonna be wrapped up in a cast. You're like, what the fuck happened to you?
She got that by deer. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. But damn, where's I going with this? Oh no, on my beautiful shot when he's walking up to the penguin, and I think just the fact of when he's after the car chase.
Oh, the camera's upside down.
Yeah, but to me that's dope because like he's not in a rush to get there. He knows penguin ain't going nowhere, but you could just tell like the fear penguin has. Like, oh shit. And when he gets there, he just leans over and looks in the. Imagine how that must feel. You get this big ass black bat come to get you. You know what I'm saying? He just
and dude. So like, and he's like a bat upside down.
Yeah,
just because that's how bats sleep. That was fucking one of the coldest shots I ever seen. I was like, God damn! Like he gets out, the fucking flames are going. His fucking cape is. God.
Yeah, so like that was a beautifully shot scene. Yeah. The sound, the music, the timing, everything. Like that was like, it was a cold ass scene,
Yeah. I like that. I like the scene where right after Batman takes out all the Riddler people, and then he sees like the fucking the thing from the ceiling swinging down. It's like the electrocution's going.
Yeah,
it's about to hit the water. So he's like, "Fuck, I got to do something." And he fucking grapples down, cuts it off, hits the water, and then all of a sudden he fucking pops up from the water and lights the fucking flare.
Yeah.
And he saves everybody. When he's walking away, it's like just a red flare and all the people are following behind him. I was like, God damn. Like even when Zoe Kravitz pulled up to the garden and she looks down and you see the water hitting her feet. Like, it's ominous because like at some point this place is about to get fucking flooded.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope that like at the end of the movie, they're like, okay, so there's the floods going on because but crime's gonna pick up in those spots in the city that we can't fucking get to. Because they're gonna have to try to clear out the city and shit like that.
Yeah.
So they're setting it up to be like, okay, there's gonna be a good part of the city, and there's gonna be a fucking like a grimy part because they just couldn't get to it. Oh man, it's so fucking good.
Yes, indeed.
Goddamn,
yes, indeed.
Love Batman. Go see this fucking movie.
Indeed. It lives up to it. Like I don't know if you guys had any expectations of going to see it because I didn't have any expectations because I held Dark Knight so high, and the only expectation that I want to see is, I hope he plays a good Batman. You know what I'm saying? Just be a good Batman, and I think he is the best one.
He might be.
I think I put him over Michael Keaton, and I've held on Michael Keaton for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it was, goddamn.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Batman. That's this week's. So now, next week's movie, I am torn between two movies. This is 4, but I mean 2. Whatever. So
he's been drinking people.
Yeah,
old fashioned got him.
No, it's just double vision. That's it. Don't judge me.
The old fashioned got you.
All right, so I'm trying to decide if I want to do a regular movie or a documentary. Now, the documentary that's something we've not done yet. And I have this documentary in mind. I've had it in mind for a while, but my only reservation on picking a documentary is I just feel like we'll get deep into it and do it. And my question is, do I really want to get deep into it on the next movie?
We got deep into our idiot brother.
Yeah.
So we didn't plan. Well, we didn't plan on either. We didn't know what to expect watching that one.
Yeah. So I have one movie teed up. The documentary is because I've had it for a while, and I was like, okay, maybe I will use this one just because the cover interests me. But then I have a second movie here, and maybe you can help me work this out. So the second movie, I was scanning through Netflix, and I typed in the word Lost. And the reason why I typed in that word, because I just felt like, I don't know, it was a little earlier today, and I was just sitting there and I was like, the idea that sometimes you could have everything going for you, but you could have nothing going for you at the same time. Like everybody, I feel like people kind of they put the word lost together with someone who is just has nothing going on and nothing, going their way. Whereas, in my opinion, you could have everything and still feel like you're lost because you don't connect with all the things that are going on in your life.
Indeed.
And I don't know why I thought of it, but that was the word I typed in.
That's interesting.
What hits your mind when you hear the word lost?
Well, shit, exactly what you just said, because it's fun. That's why I said that's interesting that you picked that word, because today I woke up just feeling like basically just like that, where it's like everything is like in order, but I feel like everything's so out of order.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like today, like I couldn't figure it out. Like, just like what the hell's going on with me? You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting.
There's been times where like everything is going right, but at the same time it's not, because you don't have this lack of a connection to everything going on in your life. And it's just, I don't know, the idea that everything can be going right but still going wrong at the same time, just for some reason earlier today, that thought hit me.
That's interesting.
So
now I feel like we should go with it, because I don't find that by accident we both had that same feeling.
Yeah.
Well, I've had it since last night. Well, I obviously know I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, but just woken up, just like one of them days where it's just like, what am I doing? So and then looking around and just like, what are you complaining about?
I've had those moments where I'll be walking through an airport and I'm like, and I'll be sitting there. I'm like, I have this amazing job. I get to see the world. I get to travel, do all these different things. But I'm walking to this airport and I'm just like why am I here at this moment? What am I doing here specifically at this moment? I don't know. All right, fuck it. We're going with that movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't think it's by accident.
Okay, so this movie that we're going to be watching this week, it's on Netflix. It's called The Lost Daughter.
Okay.
And the reason why I leaned towards this movie is because I see this girl on the cover and I see this little girl behind her. And you got the title, The Lost Daughter. And one, I don't know who it pertains to.
Yeah.
Is it the older girl or is it the younger girl?
And it looks like they're out like by an island or something.
Yeah, there's this concern on the girl's face that intrigues me, because the idea of being lost, it can be so many different things. You can be the happiest person and be lost. You can be scared and away from everything that's familiar and feel lost. So I was like, okay, what's this? Clearly she has this connection to this little girl below her, but it's just the lost daughter. So I was just like, okay, what's this mean for this situation? But yeah, okay, so that's what we're watching.
Okay, The Lost Daughter.
The Lost Daughter.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So that's next week's movie. Again, we just watched The Batman in theaters. Go fucking see it.
Indeed.
I swear to God, go see it.
I don't think you'll be upset about it. Like I said, if you are, then
you don't like movies.
You don't like a whole lot of things.
Yeah, it's seriously. I feel like the people who don't like this movie don't like it, one, because they're comparing it to another Batman movie, or two, they have a terrible fucking what is it?
Way of thinking, or
what is it, like a attention span?
Oh, see, I don't know how you can do that, because it keeps you interested.
To me, it does.
Okay.
To me, then to you, it does. But you get those people who 10 minutes into something, they're already looking at their phone because they need instant fucking gratification. They can't sit there and be like, okay, like this is gonna pay off in the next hour.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right, cool. So The Lost Daughter next week.
There we go.
Be dope. All right, man. Surround Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. We out.
Everybody be safe.